Hello and welcome back everybody again for another video with me. Today's topic is going to be about Eric Prince and Betsy DeVos. Eric Prince, we know him from his involvement with contract military type people. And Betsy DeVos, we know her because she is the Secretary of Education. And they are brother and sister. So we are going to be looking at the cards at the both of them together and separately. So here we go. Let's take a look, see at the cards and see what they have to say. But first of all, before we get started, I want to say thanks to the people who have been watching the videos and those who've been sending in comments. I want to say thanks and keep watching, keep sending me your comments. I appreciate it. So, back to the topic at hand. We will ask the cards. What does it have to tell us about Betsy DeVos and Eric Prince? We will do them one at a time, and then we'll take a look-see and see if we see anything in common between the two of them. They are family. So, what can you tell us about Betsy DeVos, Secretary of Education, and her brother, Eric Prince, who is somewhat of a militiaman, brings in contract labor to carry out miscellaneous military type deeds. Alright, I made a faux pas there. Alright, I think there's something here. Well, I think you came out. There's a jumper there. Five of Swords. The Five of Swords just jumped out of the deck for us here. That is a win at any cost. Fighting. Overpowering something. Taking something. Five of Swords. Alright. What say you, cards, about Eric Prince and Betsy DeVos? We're going to do Betsy DeVos first. We will use this card for the total reading of the two of them. So, this is Betsy DeVos. And here we have Eric Prince. And let's see if we have anything in common with the two of them. Alright, Betsy DeVos, past, present, and future is Betsy DeVos. This is our jumper here. Alright, Eric Prince, past, future, or I'm sorry, past, present, and future. Okay. So in the past, for Betsy DeVos, this is her on this row. This is Eric Prince here on this row. So in the past, Betsy DeVos, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is inherited wealth. This is something generational. This is something that she comes from a family of wealth. That is in her past position. Alright, in her future, in her present position, she has the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is a strategist. A King of Swords is a person who can be cold, but at the same time comes in, has a plan on how something is going to be done, and they do it. And he has the ability to do it. Now, this is the present situation, and we know that Betsy DeVos is in a position to where there is an agenda about the education system as it functioned and has functioned for a long time, to dismantle that way and change it into something else. So this is her current position. But in her future position, we get the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is anxiety, worry, not sure what to go, not sure what direction. You have some possible, have trouble sleeping. You realize you've made some silly moves or some stupid moves, or that you've been ignorant or naive, or you've done some things that you're not so proud of, and they're keeping you up at night, which is shown here in this imagery of this card. You are attempting to sleep and you cannot sleep. You got a lot of things hiding under the bed here. So this is a card of anxiety. Now that is Betsy DeVos. So her future doesn't look too calming and peaceful. Now in the past here we have Eric Prince. This is his past. Now for Eric Prince, this is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is kind of like an explorer card. You are looking and seeking, which direction shall I go in to further my fortune? That has been his past. And I mean, if you think about it, that has been his life. You know, he's been traveling all over the world, sending people all over the world to be involved in various conflicts and undercover missions and things, unnamed things. So this is his past, the Two of Wands. Which way shall I go next to see what I may conquer or that I may obtain? That is in the past. Now, in the present position here for Eric Prince, we have the Two of Cups. Now, you see here, we have the caduceus here, which is intertwining. The Two of Cups represents new relationships, new bonds, new agreements. So there's an intertwining here of two totally different things coming together. We have male and female. We have a snake on this side, a snake on that side, coming together to form something. That is what he is currently doing. He is intermingling with God knows who, trying to create a relationship. Bonding of companies and coming together in mergers and things. This is what this card represents, and this is where he is presently. Now, in the future, he is going to have to make a decision. He's not going to be sure what decision to make, or altogether what he has been doing will have to stop, because this card can also represent stop, stalemate. You see how the arms are crossed? That means stop. And it can also mean a decision needs to be made. But we have a moon here. So he's not going to be clear on what he needs to do. So if you look here at these two individuals, their futures are similar. Here is Betsy DeVos's future here. Anxiety, can't sleep, not sure what to do. Here is Eric Prince. This is his future. He is needing to make a decision. He has been halted. He's been stopped. He's sitting here on the bench contemplating what to do. The moon is here representing there's some secrets, or that there's some deceptive things, or he's not seeing clearly. Plus, in conjunction with the mask, tells you he's not going to be able to see clearly in the future. He's not going to know what to do. So in the future, the both of them are not going to have a clue what they are supposed to do. They're kind of going to be caught in a catch-22 where they are both in a situation that they are going to have to figure out how to get themselves out of. Now here, like I said, this is Eric Prince in his future, and this is Betsy DeVos in hers. Now in the present situation, we've got Betsy here as a strategist, as a planner, making some stuff happen, sitting here all cocky with her arms folded. You can't tell me what to do. I got this. I'm going to do this the way I want to do it. That's where she is right now. And you have Eric Prince here in his future, coming together, planning, coming together with some other entities, some other peoples, trying to create a relationship. So believe it or not, as wild as this is, the both of them have similar paths here. Now, if you look here in the past, they both come from the same family. Now, this is a man of wealth, but this is a man of wealth who has worked and founded his wealth, has gone out and traveled abroad and been involved in many things and made a name for himself. This is him in the past. But he still came from the same old money, this old inherited wealth that she came from. But this is her. Much of her wealth is family wealth. She hasn't gone out and really made a name for herself like Eric has. So in the past, Eric made a name for himself on top of having the family wealth and inheritance here in this card. But Betsy is riding on her inherited and her married wealth. But Eric, he has gone out and made a name for himself. He's gone out and started his own business and made a name for himself in and of the family wealth. Now, with that being said, this Five of Swords card jumped out here. Now, this, like I said, this is a fighter. This is somebody who wants to win at any cost. We don't care what's going to happen. We don't care who gets hurt. We want to win. And that is what is represented here in this Five of Swords. Now, additionally, this Five of Swords can also represent taking advantage of other people. Using things to your advantage. And that is what it appears that they are doing. Doing things that may not necessarily be the most upstanding. Because you can see people back here in the background, they're looking like, they're downtrodden on. And he's standing here, he's got the swords, and he's just standing here like, I just accomplished the world's greatest feat. This card can also represent people or an entity or someone who exploits other people, exploits them in their weaknesses, being dishonest. And it definitely represents somebody trying to get ahead. Somebody trying to be 2 steps ahead of the system, 2 steps ahead of the game. We're going to put this in the works, so it'll be there, when the guard changes, it'll be there. So take what you can is what this card represents. Take what you can, get it how you can get it while the getting is good. That's what this card represents. Win at any cost. And another way to put it is do or be done. So basically they want to do you before you do them. And that's the card that jumped out of the deck for this whole reading for the two of them. So we all know that, these folks are all in it for themselves, for the money. But this card right here just solidifies that and tells us that these people are trying to get what they can get while the getting is good. So I am not going to prolong this reading on Betsy Devos and Eric Prince, because I'm sure I did not tell you anything that you can't already visibly see. I did a past, present, and future on them, so we know where they're headed. We don't need to know too much more at this point. We know what they're doing, we know where they came from, and we know where they're headed. So with that being said, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. They are my opinion and my interpretation of the cards. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you back again on another video. And I appreciate you watching. And I hope you have a great and enlightened day. And until next time, I will see you next time.